With the foul. Now Daryl Mitchell gets to walk to the free throw line, put another couple of points in his column.
John Brady, like so many coaches today, his roots in a small college program, Belhaven, in the NAIA in Jackson, Mississippi, where he scored over 1,000 points as a guard. And Rick Barnes, also from a small school, Lenore Ryan at Hickory, North Carolina. Daryl Mitchell, the only long-term experience on this LSU roster, the senior. All the rest of the kids that play are freshmen and sophomores.
And he's been unflappable. He's hit big shot after big shot all season long. Had game winners. He had a game winner against Arkansas early in the season against West Virginia, and then of course that huge game winner in the second round against Texas A&M.
That's how close it's been. A&M is that shot away from their chance to advance. I'm running out on the Longhorns. They'll battle to the end, but a miracle shot by Tucker won't go down. Back out with 3 seconds. Tucker will take another. He misses. And get ready, Indianapolis. Big Baby and Brady's bunch are coming to the Final Four. And 70-60, the young Tigers knock out the Longhorns. Another overtime game, and LSU prevails. Let's go to Greg Gumbel in New York after this message.
Don't miss CSI, Thursdays on CBS, America's most watched network. When severe weather becomes breaking.
Thank you, Greg. John Brady, you're taking your Tigers to the Final Four. 4th time in history, your first trip to the big opportunity to win a national title. You've been laughing here the last 2 minutes, Coach.
Well, it's just great for our players. You know, this is a wonderful group of guys to coach. You know, everybody gets fortunate in their lives, and this is a great moment for me personally, but it's also a great moment for a bunch of guys that really deserve it by how hard they've worked. And it's really a special team, and we're looking forward to the challenge again.
Youth marches on. Good luck, Coach.
Thank you.
And Tyrus, Big Baby, what a game they had, Jay.
Well, Glenn, when not a lot of people may have believed in you, it looked like you guys believed in yourselves.
All the time.
How about the big guys? They say it's a guards game. You guys proved it's a big guys game out there.
Oh yeah. We got to play as a team. We got to play as a team, and big guys do play a key role in winning a game. And you know, I just want to thank God right now because we couldn't do it with nobody else. Everybody, our critics didn't believe us that we were good, but we're still not satisfied yet. We got tapeworms in our belly. We want to still eat.
Well, Tyrus, what do you think about that? Be thinking now?
Man, I let them think what they want. Like my big man say, we still hungry. We ain't satisfied with what we did yet. We got a lot more to prove. We got a lot more to prove. Man, I want to thank everybody. My mama, everybody.
Well, congratulations to you guys. Good luck in Indy. Let's go back to Greg.
All right, Dick and Jay, thanks very much. That alone, not to mention that wild 3 that Glenn Davis took, shows that LSU can be a dangerous team in more ways than one.
Well, I've seen them twice in person this year, and they defend, and the athleticism, anybody who's not seen them in person off guard, and I think that was a big part of the reason they won today.
All right, time now for the State Farm Championship Drive, looking at UCLA and looking at the Memphis Tigers as well. These teams met earlier this year in the semis, the NIT season tip-off.
Feels like about 10 years ago, Greg. It was actually back on November the 23rd at Madison Square Garden. Memphis won it 88-80. It was the most points that UCLA has given up all year. A lot of easy baskets run out here for Rodney Carney. UCLA a much better defensive team today than they were then.
Well, it was 3 decades ago in Memphis State and U championship game. Bill Walton, 21 of 22 from the floor, plus 13 rebounds, the 7th consecutive title for UCLA.
For more information on State Farm's Championship Drive, go to CBSSportsLine.com. Real quick, who do you like in this game?
More cereal in the pantry, Memphis.
I agree, Memphis.
Okay. With that, we'll send you off to Oakland. Game 2 tonight after this.
Once again.
How hot is Wendy's spicy chicken sandwich? Wendy's whole breast filet is fired up with our famous blend of cayenne, chili peppers, and spices. It's a fire bite after bite. Don't clown around with knockoffs. Get more meat and more heat with the original spicy chicken sandwich, only at Wendy's. So come on, heat seekers. Do what tastes right.
Great, another Mazda sales event.
With a killer lease on Mazda 3. That thing stomped my Civic.
And it's got more power and room than Civic, Sentra, and Corolla.
Are we the only ones worried about all this?
Apparently not.
Ach du Lieber. What did he say?
It's the biggest Mazdas on the Move sales event yet. Lease a 3i for $189 a month for 39 months with $23.89 to at lease signing. Just $189 a month. Hurry to your Mazda dealer for a test drive now.
Introducing the rebirth of cool. Gatorade Rain. Start crisp. Finish clean. Stay cool in the heat.
Oakland, California, and we've got a 1 versus a 2. Memphis, UCLA for a trip to the Final Four. A look at the bracket. Memphis defeating Bradley, and UCLA with the shocker coming back to beat Gonzaga. Let's take a look at the start at the bottom. Jordan Farmar, a sophomore. He's the best player on the Bruins squad. And on the right, Rocky Carney, All-America, and he's the leader for this Memphis Tigers team. This game is brought to you in high-definition television by Harris Corporation, the world leader in broadcast systems for high-definition TV and mobile media. John Calipari, the head coach of the Memphis Tigers. He hails from Moon, Pennsylvania. The 4th most wins in his first 14 seasons as a head coach. And Coach Capper Bradley on the other sideline. Ben Howland. The Bruins bring a 30-6 record, and they came up with a miracle in their last game against Adam Morrison and Gonzaga. Your officials, 3 tremendous officials: Tim Higgins, Tom Lopes, and Reggie Greenwood. Gus Johnson, Len Elmore. Memphis, talent, athleticism. UCLA, discipline.
I'll tell you, this is going to be a battle for 10% from the field, 45% from beyond the arc in this tournament. And in part because of their quickness and athleticism, UCLA has got to control that tempo and neutralize those Memphis spectacular skills.
These two teams met earlier during the year at the preseason NIT. Memphis winning at 88-80, leading by as many as 19 in the first half. But Jordan Farmar put on a show as he scored a career high 20. First shot off the mark by the Bruins. Here comes Darius Washington Jr. to Williams. Antonio Anderson slashing the teardrop counting.
And I tell you, that's pure Memphis basketball. Skip pass, drive, and attack the rim.
Memphis in a half-court trap. Nice look inside. And the foul coming. Memphis, let's take a look at the keys to the game.
Well, again, if you're going to talk about UCLA, they've got to ride the mo, as in momentum, build off the emotional Thursday night win and get the crowd involved. And for Memphis, use your assets, athleticism, anticipation on D, and the ability to penetrate the defense.
Joey Dorsey picks up his first foul at the 19-17 mark. So the freshman, Luke Richard Amute against Gonzaga, another double-double, 14 points, 10 rebounds, 5 offensive rebounds. He came up with, and also the game-winning steal. come the Memphis Tigers.
And look at the size right there. Bozeman at about 6'5", 6'6", against Darius Washington Jr. And again, the ability to penetrate is going to be important for Darius Washington Jr. Not really going to be able to shoot over Bozeman.
Carney jump hook inside, no. Rebounded, Aflalo. Here come the Bruins. Folds that one, kicked by Darius Washington. Shot clock at 31.
Both teams play terrific man-to-man defense. Memphis a little more in the gambling mode. They like to step out into the passing lanes, try to steal. UCLA a little more settled defense. Not so much gambling, try to play fundamentally soundly.
UCLA advancing to the Elite Eight by defeating Belmont, Alabama, and in the game against Gonzaga, trailing by 17 in the first half, 13 at halftime, scoring the last 11 points. Farmar turns a corner, gets to the cup, no. Loose ball. Anderson tracks it down. Here's Carney. Watch out. The All-America, no. Joey Dorsey rips it off the window.
And that's what Memphis wants to do. They want to get out in the open floor and run. UCLA is going to have to pound the offensive glass, get second chance opportunities, and find a way to keep Memphis from fast breaking.
Washington, but he's fouled. And Darius Washington Jr., terrific job against Bradley. 18 points, 10 of those coming in the first half. And he had no problems penetrating down the lane.
Well, he's the best dribble penetrator in the nation, I believe. Again, he combines that quickness with upper body strength. He can take the bumps as he goes to the basket, and good floor vision, too. Obviously looking to either side to dish.
At 16 points in the first meeting between these two teams. First free throw off the mark.
Yeah. I was going to say the biggest problem with Darius Washington Jr. is he got far too many turnovers. 109 assists, but 103 turnovers. A lot of it's because he takes a lot of chances. I think John Calipari will live with them, though.
Now full court pressure by the Tigers. In the front court, Bozeman, who picked up the foul, to the basket, block, loose, and a whistle. Foul coming up against UCLA.
And again, the pressure is designed to quicken the pace. Force UCLA to make this a track meet instead of the half-court kind of game that the Bruins want.
Luke Richard Amute with the foul. Up coming in, Darren Collison, freshman from Rancho Cucamonga, California, for UCLA. He did a terrific job in changing the tempo against Gonzaga.
Absolutely, he's quick. He's quicker than Jordan Farmar at the point. Really helped UCLA against Gonzaga's zone and penetrating the gaps. And here, because of his quickness, he's got to guard watching and keep him from penetrating.
Carney has his shot blocked by Hollins. Here's Collison. Reminds you of Tyus Etney a little bit with his quickness. Fires. And a flop. So Farmar, sophomore from LA. Loose ball, picks it up.
Joey Dorsey trying for the steal, way out.
And Farmar caught inside, and a foul coming up against the Tigers.
Again, we told you UCLA playing tremendous defense. Carney kind of loses the ball. Hollins with a terrific block. You see it once again. Carney never able to control it, and Hollins makes sure he doesn't control it.
Carney picks up the foul, his first. Part of the game against Gonzaga. 0 for 8 from the field. Struggling. But used their defense in the second half to win it. This man, one of the catalysts, the freshman, Amute off the mark. Loose ball on the floor. Hollins picks it up and banks it in.
I don't think Hollins knew where he was, but it doesn't matter, does it?
Washington the other way, and that's a travel.
And I mentioned before, Darius Washington turnovers as assists, and the reason why sometimes he over-penetrates. Sometimes he loses his focus and does more than the situation allows him to do, or tries to do more, and gets him into trouble.
Collison looking inside for Hollins. Big fella had a nice game against Gonzaga. Really improving, dips inside, and draws the foul. And that'll be the second on Dorsey at the 16:24 mark of the first half.
Well, again, it's not very polished, but it's aggressive. And Hollins just leans to the back, 7 feet extension, and Joey Dorsey just not able to stay in front of him. What Dorsey has to do with the 7-footer is stay in front, not allow him to snake his way to the basket, get those long arms extended.
Joey Dorsey, a key for this team, especially on the glass, averaging 8 rebounds a game, so he leaves with his second foul at the 16:24 mark. Had 9 rebounds, 3 blocked shots in the first meeting to go along with 7 points.
Well, he's replaced by Kareem Cooper, 6'11" freshman. Cooper not as experienced as Joey Dorsey, but still a big box width. And again, keep Hollins in check.
Washington, Williams in the backcourt. Antonio Anderson, Cooper, and Carney. Here's Williams trying to turn the corner. Needs Cooper.
Nice lefty hook.
There it goes. Short.
Well, you knew it was coming. That's his go-to move.
Collison in traffic. Inside. Hollins. Nice look. How about that?
Cooper not doing the job staying in front of Hollins. Same problem Joey Dorsey had.
Now Williams off the bounce, and he's called for an offensive foul. Ryan Hollins, a senior from Pasadena. He keeps getting better. 6'3", Bruins.
Check it out. I got the NCAA March Madness, baby.
You don't have March Madness.
What? Look at me.
Can you follow your favorite teams with just 2 clicks of a button?
No.
Constantly updated?
Oh.
Then you don't have March Madness. You have March Sadness.
Well, check this out.
Singular MediaNet. Latest scores, breaking news, bracket challenge. If you've got Singular, you can personalize your phone for college hoops.
You want to see what else I painted?
No.
Singular, raising the bar.
We know what you do out there, so we put an award-winning Xterra in here. The Nissan Xterra, Motor Trend 2006 Sport Utility of the Year. With a covered gearbox, rear bumper steps, and easy clean cargo area. Get $1,000 cash back or 3% APR on Xterra. Motor Trend 2-year. Extra stuff, extra cash. Xterra.
Introducing the miracle of fusion, a revolutionary technology and a unique idea come together to create new Gillette Fusion. Until now, pressure caused irritation. Fusion has 5 blades spaced closer together to reduce pressure with less irritation and more comfort. Flip Fusion over, a precision trimmer for those tricky places. The comfort of 5 blades, the precision of 1. The best shave ever in manual or battery power. New Gillette Fusion.
This town is not big enough for the 2 of us.
Hold on there, cowboy.
I show comparison rates from other insurance companies and...
That's great. Can you also buy the policy?
Does not compute.
At Esurance, if we can't give you the best deal, we'll show you where you can and help you buy the policy right away.
So it's not both.
Looks like the competition couldn't handle Esurance. Need a ride?
Sure.
Quote and compare. Save on auto insurance at esurance.com today.
A little time with a caring adult makes a huge difference in a child's life, and you'll be amazed what a huge difference it makes in your life as well. Become a mentor.
CBS Sports exclusive coverage of the Men's Basketball Championship is sponsored Singular, Wendy's, and by Enterprise Rent-A-Car.
UCLA with a 6-3 lead. Gus Johnson along with Len Elmore. Better start for the Bruins.
Well, absolutely, and again, they're battling on the boards. They're getting the ball inside to Ryan Hollins, and really the way you neutralize the running attack of them with scores. You put the ball in the basket, it's more difficult for the Tigers to get a running start at the basket. UCLA then able to set their D.
Inside, Faye jams it down. No, make that Malta.
Well, again, when you see full court pressure, the best thing to do is to attack, and that's what UCLA did that time. Didn't pull it back.
Lorenzo Mata checking in. He's a sophomore from Huntington Park, California. As Calipari will make a substitution, Cooper heads to the bench.
And I tell you, when you look out here, you look in the faces of these UCLA Bruins, far different story than Thursday night when initially they looked like deer in the headlights. Now they look like they own this place. Coming out with a bounce in their step, and it's showing in the way that they're attacking Memphis instead of the other way around.
7-0 run for UCLA. Douglas Roberts, a jump hook inside. Lorenzo Mata with the rebound. Farmer, Collison inside. It's taken away. Washington. Speed dribble down the lane. Rims off. Washington there, gets his own rebound. Tied up, the kick. Williams rise and fire. And the rebound going to Umba Amute.
To travel. Mata and Umba Amute both had their hands on the ball, fighting each other for the rebound. And if you're Ben Howland, you don't mind that. When they're around the basket, just a little verbal communication will avoid that.
So Andre Allen in the game at point guard now for Memphis. Williams. Now Williams down the lane. Stops. Ball saved by Douglas Roberts. New shot clock for the Tigers. Anderson pulls up.
Well, that's Memphis' problem. They start to fall in love with utilizing their assets, putting it on the floor in continual penetration.
And Farmar fouled on the baseline.
Well, against Gonzaga, tale of two halves. First half a nightmare for UCLA, the second half an awakening. And again, you look at the difference in field goal percentages, the defense, as well as the points scored. And really, towards the end, just magnificent. Holding Gonzaga without a field goal the last 5 minutes and 21 seconds, as well as scoring the last 11 points of the game.
Farmar, Mata.
Everybody's in the act.
Play. Off to a good start. 4 of 9 from the field. 10-3. Now Carney, quiet offensively. Sean Williams. Allen. Ball just won't go down for Memphis. Bozeman has it stolen away by Carney. Not a very good pass. Now Carney. Sean Williams downtown.
Well, the problem Memphis is having is that terrific UCLA defense penetration, and the three-point shooters, when they receive, they're not set and not even close.
Memphis 1 of 12 from the field to start, 0 for 4 from the three-point line.
And again, here's the patient offense of UCLA.
Farmar forces one up. Great defense.
And just as I say patient, Jordan Farmar, as you mentioned, forced instead of got other people involved.
Williams blocked. Lorenzo Mata. Here comes Bozeman. Farmar. Bozeman, 20-footer. Both teams a little winded now, and a foul at the midcourt line. And Memphis has missed its last 12.
But Gus, you're right. Both teams are winded. As far as UCLA is concerned, it was just that emotional push that they got coming onto this floor after the tremendous win against Gonzaga. And for Memphis, they're almost pushing the ball too hard. You know, there are times when it seems like they're running without a purpose. You see Joey Dorsey on the bench with 2 personal fouls. Big, strong presence in the middle.
Bozeman heads to the bench. He picks up his second. 10-3. Tigers 1 for 13 now.
So the step out right there, Hollins preventing the penetration.
Allen, stop and start, picked it up. Dangerous pass. Now Carney. There you go.
Well, that's what Rodney Carney can give you. He can create on his own. And right now, Memphis would be better served to penetrate and kick to Carney, where he can just go one.
First basket of the game for Carney. Backdoor, nice look. Aflalo, no, but Hollins is there for the tip jam.
And without Joey Dorsey on the floor for Memphis, Memphis having a hard time containing Hollins in the middle.
7 points for Hollins to start. Dozier is checked in now for Memphis. As they reverse it, Farmer guarding Allen. Allen deep 3, air ball, rebounded, Dozier, and he banks it home.
Now, if you're UCLA, you got to wonder whether or not this pace suits you. they're running with Memphis. But remember, Thursday, you had 1, 2, 3, 4 of the 5 starters playing 30 minutes or more.
Hollins again! And this time it's Mike Rowe putting that one on a dime. UCLA, the Big Red, leading Memphis.
Hey, the guys are coming over to watch the game. Aren't you worried about them drinking all the Bud Light?
Not to worry. Look what I had installed.
A secret revolving wall. Dude, you're a genius.
Guys, hurry up! The Magic Fridge is back!
Refreshingly smooth Bud Light. Always worth it.
Magic Fridge. Magic Fridge.
Yeah.
3 years ago, we introduced the most powerful GTO horsepower. It starts at a price the competition can't touch.
I just set my soul on fire.
Car and Driver calls it an incredibly gratifying car. Find yours at Pontiac.com/GTO.
I believe in you even when you're too stupid to believe in yourself.
On March 31st, tip T.I. Harris in a new American story. ATL, rated PG-13, featuring What You Know from T.I.'s new album, King, starts March 31st.
Apparently, somebody was up late last night. Make that somebody's. And that's okay. Because if you work hard, you play hard. Just don't look in the mirror. Unless you're using Nivea for Men Revitalizing Lotion Q10. Q10 restores your skin, leaving it healthy and fit. Well, that takes care of your face. But don't forget about your eyes. Reduce puffiness and lose the dark circles with Revitalizing Eye Cream Q10. Nivea for Men. More evolved skincare.
Who knew mud was...
Birdie, come on, behave yourself.
Especially between my toes.
Free time to create your own story. Join Hyatt Gold Passport to earn free nights fast with no blackout dates at Hyatt hotels and resorts worldwide.
Enterprise rental car for the game.
Yeah, they pick us up. Free.
Free pickup. They ought to be #1.
They are #1.
So if Enterprise is #1, why don't they have these?
Pick Enterprise. We'll pick you up.
We're waiting for you in Indy.
That's right, Peyton Manning, and both these teams want to see you when they get there. But let's see, the winner of this game will take on LSU, who defeated Texas today. How about Big Baby and Coach Brady's team?
I'll tell you what, you see Glenn Davis with his size, but also athleticism. A couple of huge shots, turnaround jump shots against a very athletic Texas team that just couldn't hang.
Collins off the mark on the free throw. UCLA with a 14-7 lead, largest of the game for the Bruins. A 1 versus a 2 with a trip to the Final Four on the line. Washington down the lane, swooping jump hook.
Well, the thing that helped Memphis was terrific spacing. Didn't allow much help to come on the penetration. And that's what they have to do to get back in this game or spread, utilize their quickness off the bounce, and when help comes, find the shooters.
Collison to the basket, banks it home and draws the foul. He's got terrific quickness, Darren Collison.
Well, Darren Collison, as we mentioned, against Gonzaga, really got UCLA started in the second half with some drives and some penetration otherwise, getting the ball inside the people, busting that zone, forcing that zone to kind of contract. And it's his quickness that UCLA needs in spurts.
Misses the free throw. Collison, honorable mention. All freshman team in the Pac-10. So here comes Washington. Along with Dozier, Cooper, Anderson, and Carney. Carney with only 1 field goal. Cooper inside, power dribble, but he traveled.
He shuffled his feet.
Well, for the Pontiac game-changing round, nearly $150,000 of scholarship contributions is on the line. Vote now at ncaasports.com/Pontiac. 16-9. Aflalo for 3. Uh-oh. Aflalo has struggled in this tournament, especially scoring the ball in the first half. Had 13 in the second half against Alabama, 11 in the second half against Gonzaga, and he hits that shot here in the first half. And a whistle. Foul coming up against the Bruins.
And again, on the last UCLA possession, Darius Washington Jr. just too far away from Aaron Aflalo. Can't get caught up in the screens. You got to be able to go through, or you got to call for some help. Can't leave Aflalo wide open on the jumper. But again, Memphis trying to play better half-court offense, spreading the floor, keeping good spacing, not allowing the help to deter the drive.
Carney, turnaround jump shot. Here's Roll. He's a shooter. Lets it fly. Rebounded inside. Aboya. And the Bruins look fantastic early.
And what's helping them is guys off the bench are providing an awful big lift.
9:38 to play. All UCLA.
We did it for the clutch players. New beds, new lobbies. Courtyards changed it all. For deeper mattresses, crisper sheets, wider open spaces with Wi-Fi, easy chairs, and freshly stocked 24-hour markets. All new, all for the players who suit up and take the field.
Courtyard, redesigned by business travelers for business travelers.
Go team.
I save 50% on my phone bill.
Vonage is $24.99 a month.
For local and long-distance calling.
It's a better home phone service.
Voicemail, caller ID, all included in the price.
The voice quality's great.
I can keep my same phone and phone number.
Vonage has low international rates.
It's easy.
Vonage, leading the internet phone revolution.
Official U.S. PlayStation Magazine raves, best driving sim ever, bar none. Yahoo Video Game says one of the most spectacular action titles to grace the PS2. Motor Trend writes most game on the market. And Stephen Chow of Baker, California says, at just $19.99, I'll actually have money left over for deodorant. Man, is that gross. PlayStation 2's latest greatest hits, rated E through M, Gran Turismo 4, and God of War, now $19.99.
It's Taco Bell's Chicken Caesar Grilled Stuffed Burrito. Stuffed with marinated all-white meat chicken, crisp romaine lettuce, tortilla strips, and covered in Caesar dressing. All wrapped up and grilled to go. For the Chicken Caesar, think outside the bun.
Want to get away? Now you can. With Southwest Airlines Internet Specials, fly to 61 destinations for just $49 to $159.
And now our Southwest Airlines sideline report when UCLA came back to beat Gonzaga 73-71. When they were down, Ben Howland was so positive with his play.
He's got a young team, but that's who Ben Howland is. Now, I guarantee you that there are times when he gets on them in practice particularly because he expects toughness, but the bottom line is that he is a guy that's very positive and it gets results.
Sean Williams with the basket. His first basket of the game, 21-11. Farmar double team, picks up his dribble. Roll picks it up.
You know, if you're not tough and you can't shoot the three for Ben Howland, you're not going to play. And you also got to play some defense, too.
Farmar looking inside, and he travels. Don't forget, coming up tonight, 60 Minutes. Golf's biggest star wasn't always welcome at private clubs, so what did Tiger Woods do about it? Tomorrow on 60 Minutes.
Big opportunity under double digits. Get their deficit under double digits, and it requires some patience.
Carney, 2 points, forces his way down the lane. Jump hook, no. And a whistle and foul coming up. Memphis starting to get frustrated now.
It's anxiety, Gus. You could see it in Rodney Carney's moves. He goes to the basket hard, and when he goes up, he rushes the shot. With his elevation, he can rewind and then relax and take his time to shoot it. Instead, as soon as he leaves the ground, he's almost tossing it up there. He's too good a player for that.
And Rodney Carney has picked up his second foul. He has to sit at the 8:30 mark of the first half. So Joey Dorsey picked up 2 quick ones. He left at the 16:24 mark. Douglas Roberts, the freshman, in the game for the Tigers. And he grabs the rebound off the Lorenzo Mata miss.
And without Carney on the floor, it's even remain patient to look at the mismatches, look at the opportunities off the dribble, and be quick, but not in such a hurry.
So Sean Williams, the freshman from Memphis, will be looked to score more points. Washington has one rim off.
That was a good shot. So now with a 10-point lead, UCLA is able to play the tempo at a pace that they're more comfortable with.
Douglas Roberts in transition. Williams, who had 26 points against UCLA in their first meeting. Now Dozier backing his man down. Nice pivot. And he taps it up and in.
And that's what I mean by being quick. Once he elevated, he saw the defenders out of the way. He just relaxed and laid it in.
7:21 to play in the first half. 21-13.
Puts it up.
It's what draws the fans and keeps them wanting more. It's the thrill of the fast break, the freedom of the open lane. It's your blood pumping, your heart pounding, and knowing this is an experience unlike any other. Performance Elite, unforgettable. Pontiac, official performance machines of the NCAA.
UCLA 9 of 19 from the field, 47%. On top of the Memphis Tigers, 21-13. Tigers 6 of 24, 0 for 6 from the three-point line. Carney on the bench with 2 fouls. Dorsey on the bench with 2 fouls. Don Calipari sends out Sean Williams, Washington, Allen, Douglas Roberts, and Dozier.
And this is a defense with the personnel on the floor that can pressure, can force again the pace to get a lot quicker, and right there you see it.
Collison turns it over. Washington, he's got Williams.
He lost the handle on that. He was ready to bounce pass it down to Sean Williams.
Now Williams and a foul coming up against the Bruins. 7:05 to play in the first. Back after this.
Hi, Enterprise. I'm at the repair shop, and I need to rent a car.
At Enterprise, we'll arrange to pick you up free and get you on your way.
Nice save, Mom.
Pick Enterprise. We'll pick you up.
Huh. Energy, but how much energy do you need? Powerade Option, the low-calorie sports drink.
Introducing the miracle of fusion, a revolutionary technology and a unique idea come together to create new Gillette Fusion. Until now, pressure caused irritation. Fusion has 5 blades spaced closer together to reduce pressure with less irritation and more comfort. Flip Fusion over, a precision trimmer for those tricky places. The comfort of 5 blades, the precision of 1. In manual or battery power, new Gillette Fusion.
Just sit right back and grab some tails, the tails of some tasty shrimp. Sensations now at Applebee's are really worth the trip. sauteed, crisp fried, or fire grilled, served on a handy skewer. So many shrimp you'll want to plan a 3-hour tour, a 3-hour tour. So join us here this week, my friend. It's time for eating good. Shrimp sensations new in your neighborhood.
Puts it up.
It's what draws the fans and keeps them wanting more. It's the thrill of the fast break, the freedom of the open lane. It's your blood pumping, your heart pounding, and knowing this is an experience unlike any other. Performance like this is simply unforgettable. Pontiac, the NCAA.
Looks like you could use a big man on the inside.
Catch back-to-back episodes of How I Met Your Mother. CBS tonight.
CBS Tuesday. Don't miss TV's #1 new drama. The Unit. CBS Tuesday after NCIS.
All right, a look at our game summary. UCLA shooting a high percentage at 47%. Memphis, totally different story. With Len Elmore, when you look, Lenny, at what's going on with Memphis, they haven't been as patient as they have been in the past.
Well, obviously there was a tendency and a desire to come out here and really get off to a good start. But in that quest, Memphis has really rushed themselves on the offensive end. We talked about anxiety. You look at guys like Rodney Carney and others, and not to take anything away from UCLA's defense, but Memphis has gotten good looks. They just haven't been able to finish because they're rushing.
Allen throw tracked down by Washington. Nice save. Aboya giving chase for UCLA.
And this group out here on the floor right now for Memphis has to take a little bit more time.
Douglas Roberts, gets his own rebound and banks it home.
And on the defensive end, a lot quicker and more, I guess, structured for the full court pressure.
So let's take a look at the Memphis Stars, what they did against Bradley and what they're doing right now.
Back to that anxiety. All three of these guys have to realize that neither one of them individually has to do it individually.
Carney with 2 fouls, Joey Dorsey with 2. Farmar at the line, gets the first. CY Julia Louis-Dreyfus' new show is America's #1 new comedy. The New Adventures of Old Christine, Monday on CBS, America's #1 network. Jordan Farmar, 15 points against Gonzaga. Williams with the rebound. 22-15. UCLA is led by as many as 12 when the score was 21-9. Anderson to Dozier. He's a good post-up man.
And look at the spacing, allows Dozier to room in the lane, except he loses the ball. He had that whole lane because of the way Memphis had ringed their shooters around the three-point area, and UCLA respects those shooters. Dozier, and again, rushed and lost the ball.
Memphis starting this game like UCLA, almost as bad as UCLA against Gonzaga at the beginning. Aflalo deep in the corner, rising fire. Now Williams to Washington. Anderson, high pick and roll, down the lane, bounce. Sean Williams with the rebound. And new shot clock for Memphis. Anderson in the corner. Ball still won't go down for the Tigers.
And again, second chance opportunities, wide open looks. Memphis still can't score.
Memphis on the season shoots 45%, 36% from the three-point line. They start this game 0 for 7 from downtown, 7 of 28 overall. Dozier, turnaround, and a rebound. A travel call on Bozeman. Win an NCAA-related prize every 35 seconds at mycokerewards.com/NCAA. Dozier again on Hollins. And a whistle, traveling.
Dozier now three times he's turned it over. Again, with no one else in that area, just him and the man guarding him, Ryan Hollins. and you've got to be able to capitalize on a one-on-one situation that deep in the post. John Calipari's got to maybe switch his personnel out there, get someone else in that same position who's got the ability to finish.
Now Bozeman, very good with the basketball. He's a senior.
Former point guard. When he came to UCLA at 6'6", he was heralded as the injuries and change of personnel over the years has forced him to play the forward position.
And a whistle as UCLA turns it over. A foul coming up on Aflalo, using his off arm to create space. His first.
But both these teams playing terrific man defense in your chest, not allowing you to turn the corner type of defense.
22-15. The winner advancing to the Final Four in Indianapolis to take it. Top matchup in Oakland, a 1 versus a 2. Memphis the top seed. Now Williams down the lane. The freshman dumps it down, and a whistle. Offensive foul coming up against the Tigers.
Again, you got to be under control. Williams looking to make the pass, but he sees Hollins step up. And UCLA does a nice job of helping up, bringing their backline defenders up higher to meet penetration. You got to anticipate. Pull up your dribble a little bit early, look for the mid-range shot, or look for a receiver. Once a guy steps up, somebody else is open.
Danger looming for Memphis for the final 4 minutes and 33 seconds. Hollins too strong. John Calipari's team facing foul trouble. Carney with 2, Dorsey with 2, Sean Williams with 2. Washington off the mark, and a foul called on Anderson. Allen also with 2.
Getting good looks, they just can't knock them down. Again, wide open jump shots, many beyond the arc, of plenty of time, and Memphis just not able to put them down. Gus, as you mentioned, you know, 36% from beyond the arc on the season. They usually make 8 a game.
Collison at the line. Very good free throw shooter, 82%. John Calipari trying to keep his team motivated, although they have shot it poorly in the first half. Second one for the freshman goes down. UCLA has won 10 straight. They're overachieving group of players, winning the Pac-10 regular season and tournament. 24-15 though.
There's a double high screen right there. Allen trying to get around for penetration, but UCLA once again doing a great job of keeping him from turning the corner.
Cooper, jump hook. No. Side, stolen by Farmar. Lead pass, Aboya, and he can't hold on. 3:54 to play in the first half. Bruins up 24-15.
At GMC, we seek out the world's greatest engineering innovations and put them to use. Introducing the all-new 2007 GMC Yukon. With more fuel efficiency and details crafted with exacting precision. It's engineering beyond the drawing board. GMC, engineered to the highest standard, professional grade.
For back pain
or sore knees,
you need more than support.
You need support and pain relief.
Only from Icy Hot Pro Therapy. Unique neoprene support braces with special icy inserts to dull pain or hot inserts to relax it. Icy Hot Pro Therapy.
Count on it.
I'm just saying, girl, I am made to order.
What?
What's going on? Buck, and now this?
Stop treating me like I'm on the kids menu.
Whopper Jr. for $1. Bringing some attitude to the new BK value menu. Here we go!
Calories provide energy, but how much energy do you need? Powerade Option, the low-calorie sports drink. Calories provide energy you need. Powerade Option, the low-calorie sports drink.
CBS Sports and Coca-Cola show how fans started up.
My name is Chris Corvellis. I'm Pouncer, the Memphis basketball mascot. Pouncer is a crazy fella. I've been doing it about 5.5, 6 years now. The fans here are great. I can remember doing the Tiger spell out when I was a kid. I kicked other mascots' butts before, but it's just all in fun. My name is College Basketball.
Coming up on Singular at the half, Greg, Clark, and Seth will talk about LSU being the first team to get into the Final Four. They will also talk with Villanova's head coach, Jay Wright, and have another Singular Naismith update. That's all coming up on Singular at the half. Memphis, UCLA, a rematch of the 1973 national title game when Big Red, who had 44 in St. Louis, for the national championship.
A lot of people forget he was in foul trouble in that game too, still able to dominate the way he did.
Big Red, for some of you younger viewers, is Bill Walton.
You don't have to tell me.
Carney back in a three. Off the mark, Dozier, offensive rebound. Allen, pass inside, nicely done as Dozier rolls it home.
And again, more patience, second chance opportunity, penetration. And Memphis needs to have patience. The guards need to set up their shooters in a manner that essentially allow them to be in a position for success on the screen and roll. That's what they did. And here defensively, they just got to keep the penetration at a minimum.
Nice look inside. Hollins will go to the line, but Collison with quickness getting to the basket.
Well, again, you're going to see the cut here, the drive on the baseline. And again, really, it was just drawing defenders and having a man go to the basket. And with the good spacing, it was hard for the help to come.
So Ryan Hollins at the line as Washington comes back in for Memphis. And Hollins coming off a 12-point, 8-rebound game against Gonzaga. He was 6 of 6 from the free throw line, hit 2 big ones down the stretch. 17. All deflected by Collison.
Well, 2:37 left in this game and only down 7. Memphis has a prime opportunity now. I'm sorry, in the first half, Memphis has a prime opportunity to continue to capitalize on good spacing and good patience. UCLA has now come back down to earth a little bit on the offensive end.
High pick and roll, Washington. Aboya guarding him now. Washington almost stripped, and he's tied up, but the possession arrow is in the favor of the Tigers.
Nice job right there. Farmar getting his hand on the ball on the drive.
4 to shoot as Anderson. Washington, 3 to shoot. He's got to hustle. Takes the 3 and won't get it off in time.
And John Calipari wondering, how can you not know? We were screaming at it. It's up there as big as life. Can't lose those types of opportunities. And when you see the shot clock below 5, the point guard has to be a creator, not just settle for the jump shot.
7 turnovers for Memphis. No field goals for UCLA. 15.
That's what I meant by them coming back down to earth. It's been Memphis defense, as well as I think UCLA getting a little bit tired right now. And here's where they can get their rest. Run their sets offensively.
Farmar 3. In and out. Rebounded Hollins. He's fouled again. This kid, Ryan Hollins, he's a 7-footer. And earlier during the season, Coach Howland mapped out the role that he accepted it. And as the season has worn on, his play has improved dramatically. Now he goes to the line once again. Foul called on Dozier, his 3rd. Hollins at the line with 9 points. He's been struggling from the free throw line last couple of trips.
I had a couple of big free throws Thursday night, and the thing you like about his game at 7 feet, so active around the backboard. He just doesn't stand and rooted in one place. Moves his feet.
1 of 7 for Hollins. Don't forget, the winner of this game will take on LSU in the Final Four in Indianapolis. Cooper inside, jump hook goes.
We mentioned that baby jump hook by Kareem Cooper, his go-to move. And again, the spacing of Memphis is allowing the post players, when the entry pass is made, to really just go one-on-one. And when you're that deep, and you're legitimate to be able to score more times than not.
Aflalo throws it away to Cooper, who's tied up by Hollins, and UCLA will get it once again. As the subs come into the game, Douglas Roberts and Andre Allen. Memphis currently on a 10-3 run. Rodney Carney has 2 points. Sean Williams has 2 points. Washington has 3. Their leading scorer, Dozier, with...
And you give John Calipari some credit managing this foul problem with Dorsey and with Carney, and still able to make up some of the deficit.
Coach Cal has already taken a team to the Final Four. UMass in 1996, led by the shot blocker, Marcus Camby. Dorsey on the bench since the 16:24 mark of the first half. And take a look at Memphis's foul situation.
Talked about managing. He's played an awful lot of guys, has John Calipari. Tribute to the depth of their bench. 9 guys playing 27+ minutes.
Aflalo deep.
Count. Sorry, 9 guys playing 11+ minutes. Nobody more than 27 minutes.
2 threes for Aaron Aflalo, the sophomore from Compton, California, in the first half. Bruins take a 27-19 lead. Douglas Roberts penetrating and lays it up and in. No foul call. Aflalo trying to beat Washington down the floor, has it poked away out of bounds. We'll stay right here with 51 seconds to go.
I think UCLA trying to get a 2-for-1 situation, try to get 2 shots, 2 possessions within this 51 seconds. Hopefully trying to get that last possession. That's why they rushed it up the floor. Now I think they'll settle to try to get 1 good one.
Farmar point, off the dribble to the bucket, the flip, no, but a foul.
Oh, what a bailout. You know, you would think that UCLA might pull it out and try to run a lot of the clock to get a good shot. And Farmar, boy, goes to the basket. And Cooper almost horse collars him.
He held him up, though.
Yeah, obviously it was unintentional.
So Jordan Farmar, another one of those guards at UCLA. Michael Warren, Roy Hamilton, Rod Foster, Tyus Edney.
I'm glad you mentioned Michael Warren.
I know, I left him out the last game,
what I was gonna say.
And I felt bad about that.
You got a lot of letters from Hill Street Blues fans, right?
Or as Coach Wooden would say, no turnovers. UCLA 6 of 17 from the free throw line. Allen Washington got the rebound, but couldn't bank it home. Ball knocked away, Allen, and he steps on the sideline out of bounds.
And that turnover by Darius Washington Jr., a perfect example of being in a hurry rather than making a good judgment. And yeah, once he got up in the air, you might as well go to the basket and hope to draw the foul. He turned and just tossed the ball, thinking that somebody was there, and obviously no white shirt around it. You got to be decisive up there. Decisive.
So UCLA will get it again, 28-21. Very low scoring first half. Roll looking for his point guard. He has Farmar. About a 1-second differential between the game clock and the shot clock as they spread it for Farmar. Crosses over. Great defense by Allen. Stop and start. Farmar skipping, but he traveled. Good call. Official on the baseline. 7 turnovers for the Bruins. And Memphis will have one more chance with 5.5 to go here in the first half.
And that was terrific defense by Andre Allen, although once he fell down and Farmar able to get into the paint, but he was aided by the travel and the officials saw it.
So Anderson inbounds the ball. He's got Allen in the backcourt with him. Now Sean Williams joins him. Anderson to Sean Williams up the sideline. Great defense. Carney a three. No. And that's the end of the first half. Terrific team defense by UCLA, who lead the Memphis Tigers 28-21. Memphis offensively horrendous in the first half. 10 of 36, 0 for 10 from the three-point line. Carney had 2, Sean Williams had 2, Washington had 3. Now let's go down to the third member of our team, Tracy Wolfson.
Thanks, Gus. Coach, your worst shooting performance in the first half this year. What's causing you guys so much trouble?
Well, UCLA is really playing physical, and it's a bump and grind game. But we're a little inexperienced. I mean, we're a little tight right now, and our stars got to be stars, and right now they're not. So we got to get in there and try to regroup. And you know, I think the game's fast and furious, and neither team's scoring very many.
Thanks a lot. Good luck. Back to you guys.
Thank you, Tracy. 28-21 UCLA. Greg Gumbel with singular at the half after this message and a word from your local station. You're watching CBS Sports on our 25th road to the Final Four.
CBS Sports exclusive coverage of the Men's Basketball Championship is sponsored by Capital One, Southwest Airlines, Bud Light, and by Pontiac.
0 of 10 from beyond the arc. And if there are two things that are keeping Memphis within striking distance, offensive rebounding, 11 second chance points off of 13 offensive rebounds, and UCLA's free throw shooting, 11 misses, 6 of 17.
Before this game, Coach Calipari said his stars have to lead. Carney had 2 points in the first half. Sean Williams had 2 points. Washington with 3. They were the leaders in the last game against Washington, feeding Williams, who had 12, and he draws the foul. So let's take a look back at what happened against Bradley for Memphis.
Well, obviously with Bradley, it was dominant, but today these three guys are 3 of 17 from the field and a combined total of 7 points. And you can expect, particularly Rodney Carney, who sat most of the first half on the bench with 2 fouls, you can expect him to try to get involved early.
So Memphis defeating Bradley 80-64. Carney with 20. As the graphic showed you, Williams, such a talented freshman, 6'9", 14 points a game during the season. Hits a second free throw. Williams an 80% free throw shooter. Memphis in this game is trailed by as many as 12. And the score was 21-9.
And against pressure, that's the value of having Cedric Bozeman on the court, even as a forward, with his point guard knowledge, UCLA, and his ball handling ability. Good pressure release man.
Aflalo hit a couple of threes in the first half, 6 points. Bozeman, Farmar. Now Bozeman turns a corner, gets to the bucket, blocked by Sean Williams. Hollins is there, and a foul, and that's on Joey Dorsey, his third.
Well, a big mistake Joey Dorsey made was, one, not blocking out. You see, there's the house after the ball. Hollins did reach over his back now and probably should have gotten a call there, but when you got 2 fouls in this kind of situation, you can't reach. You know, when you're a defender in the post, your hands have to go straight up in the air. You don't go out towards the man you're guarding because you risk that kind of call.
Hollins is falling apart at the free throw line. 1 for 8. UCLA as a team, 6 of 18 now from the strike. Make it.
Boy, you talk about missing opportunities. 13 misses from the free throw line. This would be a much different ball game if UCLA makes those.
Carney, along with Washington, they spread the floor for Washington, guarded by Bozeman. Inside Williams, nice position, and he draws another foul. And that may be on Hollins. And it is. And it sends Sean Williams to the line. Remember, he had the big game back in November against UCLA. 26 points in 5 threes in the 88-80 win. Memphis in that game led by as many as 19. And in the first half, Lenny, the Memphis Tigers resembled UCLA, not as bad, when the Bruins took on Gonzaga in the first half.
Well, yeah, I mean, we are a team that makes 8 per game and shoots a pretty reasonable percentage, 36% from beyond the arc. They probably started to worry a little bit.
Farmar on the baseline, short, tipped around. Carney with the rebound. And you expect Rodney Carney to be really aggressive here in the second half.
Yeah, but he's a senior, so he's got to be aggressive within the team system and not try to do it by himself.
Here's Carney down the lane. Nice look. Dorsey can't hold on. It's knocked out of bounds. And Memphis.
Oh, there are times, and that might have been one of those times, when you want your senior, you want your star to be more selfish. Yeah, he dropped it off to Joey Dorsey, who had an open shot, but Carney had an opportunity to go to the basket as well.
Carney, top of the key, quickly down the lane. Rolls off. Umba Amute with the rebound.
And again, Rodney Carney a little too quick right there. Just kind of tossed that one up there instead of going to the left hand for the easy layup.
Aflalo, 5 to shoot. Step back jump shot deep, way short. And Umba Amute comes up with the offensive rebound and a new shot clock for the Bruins. Now Farmar slicing, and the basket will not count. Foul on the floor. Memphis, a #1 seed, the first #1 seed in the history of the school. Let's take a look at how other #1s have fared.
Well, obviously LSU has been the giant killer in that region. In Connecticut, you talk about big shots. There can't be a bigger shot in this college basketball season than Rashad Anderson's three-pointer to tie in regulation for Connecticut.
Hollins quickly across the lane.
Well, Joey Dorsey, and he was smart enough not to get drawn into creating a foul. He conceded that bucket to Ryan Hollins, but if you're in foul trouble, one of the things you have to do is make sure you get good position so you don't have to reach.
11 points, 5 rebounds for Hollins. 30-23. Washington guarded by Collison inside. Dorsey, and he lost it.
Again, nice job of Ryan Hollins. We talk about how active he is. Just blows head and shoulders past Dorsey. And there's a better view of it right there. He gets his head and shoulders past Dorsey. Nothing Dorsey could do but foul. And discretion was the better part of that defensive effort. Again, here's the discipline on the UCLA offense. You know how to build a lead. Time and score such a good one.
Ball kicked. And the shot clock reset to 15. Dorsey back on the bench with 3 fouls.
And the reason he went to the bench is because that last offensive move was uncalled for. That wasn't part of the Memphis system.
Stolen away. Washington to the basket. Block. Umba Amute, but goaltending is the call.
Again, on the turnover, Memphis hasn't had many of these opportunities in trans. Boy, it looked like it was almost a tie between the time the ball hit the backboard and Umba Amute's touch. You are allowed to pin the ball on its upward flight against the backboard, provided it hasn't hit the backboard first.
Made field goal allows Memphis to pick up full court. Collison got that ball on a string as he walks it over the timeline. Guarded by Carney, freshman against the seat. In the corner, Aflalo. Halfway down. Hollins can't hold on. Umba Amute, no. Loose ball, Umba Amute. And it's taken away. Washington, 3-on-3. Darius to the basket. And it rims off. 15:39 to play, second half. 30-25 Bruins.
In leadership, no word is more important than trust. You can trust Chevy, the brand more Americans choose.
See why during the Chevy NCAA March Madness event. Like Silverado half-ton work truck with better half-ton fuel economy than Ford F-150. Get a 2006 Silverado regular cab work truck two-wheel drive for $14,990 after cash back. Or get it for less during the Chevy NCAA March Madness event. See your local Chevy dealer.
Good news. I got promoted. Better news. The office has a clear view for miles.
My DirecTV has 155 crystal clear channels.
I have a $1,700 expense account.
I have over 1,700 movies every month.
I meet with the CEO every Friday.
I meet the Fockers whenever I want.
I just got an assistant.
I just got 3 months of HBO, Star, Showtime, and Cinemax for free.
Can you give me the number for DirecTV?
No.
I don't think she heard me.
Get over 155 channels for $29.99 a month. That's half the price of cable. Call 1-800-DIRECTV.
Come on! Save yourself! Get back. Yeah. Get back. Dave, not cool.
Refreshingly smooth Bud Light. Always worth it.
You see my moves back there? Still got it.
So, what kind of financial help are you looking for? To help protect you. Benefits to help your business reach new heights. Or a retirement plan to invest for the future. Then again, maybe there's someone who can help with all of those things. The Principal Financial Group will give you an edge.
From coast to coast, America loves chicken. The #1 DVD in America.
Summary, the lowest Missouri in 2002 at 12, LSU in 86 and 11. And how about George Mason beating Wichita State yesterday? And they have a terrific lineup. Veterans on their team. Tony Skinn, Jai Lewis, Lamar Butler, Fowler and Campbell beating Michigan State, North Carolina, as well as Wichita State. And they're one game away from the Final Four.
Well, a very good defensive team in the top 10 in field goal percentage D and top 15 in points allowed.
CBS Sports Line is your destination for complete tournament coverage. Get bracket updates, video highlights, and expert analysis for each tournament game at CBSSportsLine.com. Washington, second free throw good.
You know, you talk about those 11 seeds. George Mason belongs. I talk about the defensive games for them, plus the ability to shoot the three. And ever so often, teams like that just fly under the radar.
Collison, nice look. Oboya got his man in the air and draws the foul. They go against Carney. If so, it's his third. And it is. Frustration starting to set in for Rodney Carney.
And here's a moment where Rodney Carney has to take a self-assessment. Realize, obviously, this is the last game of his career. And now he's got to summon up all the skills that he has. He'll get some time to take a look and gain some perspective from the bench. But he's got to summon up those skills and play within himself. Again, be smart on the defensive end, not to reach, and offensively try to find himself open and then attacking the basket.
Very important game for Carney. He is a senior. Second free throw off. Mata with the rebound. Bose Collison peels it back. Carney is from Indianapolis, and he's trying to get home for the Final Four.
But when you're in that situation, you just got to understand you got to do what you do best and not do any more.
Farmar, very patient guard. Guarded by Antonio Anderson. Dozier back in the game. Memphis goes to a zone. The zone has been causing problems for UCLA during this tournament. Farmar forced one up. Loose ball taken away by Dozier. Now Allen the other way. Allen poked away from behind into the hands of Cooper, who's double teamed.
Keeps bringing that ball down. Collison's going to take it away from him.
Now Allen, hard-nosed point guard from Memphis, named after former Memphis star Andre Turner. And a foul called. And this one called against Cooper, his second. The winner of this game will take on Big Baby and company, LSU, who took care of Texas today to advance to the Final Four.
And if UCLA survives this particular game, they're going to look back on those free throws and probably get on that line in practice. 6 of 21 right now. That's the major story. This game would be almost out of reach of Memphis if UCLA makes a reasonable.
Aflalo foul going to the basket. Coach Ben Howland, he's led 2 teams to the Sweet 16. Pittsburgh twice. This is the farthest Ben Howland team has gone. And he's looking for a Final Four appearance. Aflalo makes the first. Monday, Dave's all new with Sharon Stone. And later this week, don't miss Ray Romano, Willie Nelson, Antonio Banderas, and Liza Minnelli. Dave's all new all this week.
Boy, that mock cheer that went up, 2 free throws. Here, maybe the UCLA fans are trying to ignite their team from the free throw line, because as soon as Aflalo made the first one, got a standing ovation.
Sean Williams picked up his 3rd foul. So Carney has 3, Dorsey has 3, Sean Williams has 3, and Allen has 2. Darius Washington. Douglas Roberts inside, Dorsey power dribble, batted around, Dorsey claims it. New shot clock. Washington crosses over to the bucket, the runner. Halfway down, pops out. Collison the other way.
And look at the
hustle away by Washington. Here's Sean Williams. Jump stop.
Boy, you talk about hustle. Darius Washington Jr. after that miss tracked down the ball handler only to have Memphis just about give it back with a quick shot. No board coverage.
And a foul on the baseline. Aflalo posting up Douglas Roberts. And that's his first. And right now, Lenny, Memphis just can't buy baskets.
And again, with all due respect to the UCLA defense, which is pretty good, Memphis still right along within that 20% range. UCLA not exactly lighting it up either in the second half.
These teams scored 168 points the first time they met each other in November at Madison Square Garden. Tigers up at one point by 19 in the first half. Had to hit 6 free throws down the stretch to win it 88-80. Farmar had 28.
27% from the field for Memphis, just can't cut it yet. You know, they're within 5 points.
Backdoor Aboya. 34-27. Sweltering defense by the UCLA Bruins. A perfect tempo for a Ben Howland coach team. Ball knocked away, Farmar.
Again, you're going to see the back door step up right there. No communication as Carney follows Aflalo outside and leaves the screener, who pretty much sets the screen and goes back door. And nobody there to answer. You know, this is essentially a home game for UCLA. They got a lot of folks here. They're the loudest, obviously, even though this is a reasonably close game. And Memphis has to maintain poise, recognize with all the things that have gone wrong, the field goal shooting, the foul trouble, that they're still within striking distance.
And Washington is fouled going to the basket.
And realizing that means that you see Darius Washington Jr. draw out of contact with Ryan Hollins. Hollins was called essentially for tripping, not so much for the upper body contact, where Washington maybe initiated it with his shoulder.
So Washington at the line. And subs coming in. Umba Amute, Mata, and Bozeman. Hollins leaves with his 3rd foul. This kid has been terrific. As Washington prepares to shoot one more. And he gets it. Darius Washington with 9 points at 3 at halftime. And he is keeping Memphis in this game at the free throw line. 4 made free throws in the second half.
And that's what's important. Recognize the score and the time. If you're Memphis, you got plenty of time and you continue to attack and hope that good things happen. And if you also have to run your stuff, run your strength, which is a disciplined offense.
And a foul on the floor. Umba Amute off the dribble. And this foul called on Dozier, his 4th.
And you saw right there, isolation, one-on-one for Umba Amute, who went to the basket strong. UCLA keeps the pressure on Memphis, keeps them in foul trouble.
Dozier heads to the bench. Sean Williams back in. Umba Amute from Cameroon has only been playing basketball for 5 years. Top freshman in the Pac-10 as you take a look at the foul situation. Dozier with 4. Williams, Carney, Dorsey with 3. Hollins has 3 for UCLA.
UCLA in a position to make this a game of attrition and starting to whittle down the Memphis depth.
But that eventually the Tigers will right their ship and get some points in bunches. They have struggled mightily, 0 for 10 from the 3-point line.
Well, that's their game, and they can score in bunches, but it's about them having the confidence to get involved and taking it to the basket. And UCLA, again, if they wind up losing this basketball game, they have all summer to think about the free throw line.
35 back after this.
Again, 6 of 25 by UCLA. That's 36%. And obviously that doesn't cut it. But still they have the lead. Memphis averages 8 3-pointers per game, 0 for 10, and hasn't taken a 3-pointer in this half.
Ben Howland's defense has shut down the All-America, Rodney Carney. Carney has 2 points and is 1 for 9 from the field. Now Sean Williams also struggling offensively. Here's the freshman Douglas Roberts, and the finger roll goes down. He has 6.
Now I get the feeling that Memphis realizes that, hey, we're in this ball game. As poorly as we've shot, the foul trouble that we're in, you know, we got a chance to win it. And I think also that's been impressed upon UCLA as well. You see a little urgency there with the screens, a little more discipline offensively.
Kicks it out, Collison. Washington sliding in front. Mata, jump hook, lost it on the way up, gets his own rebound. No. Douglas Roberts dribbles it out of bounds, and the Bruins will take over again.
Time and score situation. Memphis has to realize they're only down 4. Possession is important. Possession first, then run the floor.
Aboya, Mata, Aflalo, and Bozeman. Now Collison, speed, dribble down the lane, tough shot, blocked by Washington. He finds Douglas Roberts in transition to the basket. No, but a foul.
I'll tell you what, Chris Douglas Roberts, last couple of possessions, giving his team a big lift. A good scorer, is able to shoot the 3, but right now he's been aggressive to the basket off the bounce.
Subs coming in, Farmar along with Umba and Hollins. Mata, Collison, and Aboya head to the bench.
And again, you can't underestimate how emotionally and physically draining that Gonzaga game was for UCLA.
Ball out of bounds. Douglas Roberts stepping on the baseline underneath the basket.
And Ben Howland now trying to juggle his lineup, make sure he's got fresh bodies out there, particularly Aflalo, Farmar, and Hollins. He wants to keep them fresh, particularly if this thing becomes a crunch time situation.
Here comes Farmar. Farmar, guarded by Carney, backs it up, restarts the offense with 10 to shoot. Now Aflalo. Pull-up jump shot off the heel. Rebounded by the freshman Douglas Roberts. And he mishandles, stolen away by Farmar. 4-on-2. Farmar deals and a foul on the baseline. Aflalo will go to the line.
And again, Douglas Roberts makes a good play and gives it back. Too much of a hurry.
So Aaron Aflalo goes to the line. Foul called on Allen, his third.
And I like what the refs just did, give Aflalo a chance to gather himself, hit the deck hard, gave him a chance to get a breath.
First one good. Go to mycokerewards.com/NCAA to play Coca-Cola NCAA Championship Run 2006. Back 10, hits the second. He now has 10 points. Umba Amute and Hollins head to the bench. Aboya, Mata back in the game. So it's Allen along with Williams in the backcourt. Dorsey pops out straight to the basket and misses the layup. Wow.
You got to dunk that, Joey Dorsey. You got the elevation. You got.
Farmar, hesitation. Banker won't pop. Mata with the rebound. His sixth. And a foul. Wow. This is against Carney. And that's his fourth with 9:13 to play. And UCLA will shoot 1-1. So Carney heads out of the game along with Dorsey.
John Calipari just now has to find the right combination. He realizes he's going to have to play without Rodney Carney for a long stretch, hoping his team can get within striking distance once again to be able to put Carney back in the game and get the most that he can. And you look at the foul situation right there.
Gets his second, 39-31, Aflalo. And the UCLA Bruins almost 9 minutes away from Indy.
And again, their free throw shooting 7 of 10 in this half. Greatly improved over the 6 of 19 in the first half. And that's allowing them to create some distance between themselves and the Memphis Tigers.
And Coach Howland to Aboya Mata head out now as Hollins, Umba Abute, and Collison come in. Aflalo heads to the bench. He's 6 for 6. Aaron Aflalo from the free throw line.
And again, Ben Howland trying to give everybody a rest so that you can have some fresh starters out there to play the last 5 minutes or so. Put this game away.
Allen at the line, rims off, nothing. Working for Memphis. A team that averages 81 points a game, has 31 in the biggest game of the season. Umba Amute. Hollins with the rebound and a push coming up against the Tigers. Memphis totally frustrated now.
But what's happening is the dribble penetration forces the help. You see there. But once the help comes, nobody blocking out the big people. Kareem Cooper, who wasn't even in that play, driver to the basket and never put a body on Hollins. Everybody's got to do your job in that situation. When it becomes a help situation, everybody's got to scramble to cover.
So Hollins at the line. First one is good. Tuesday after NCIS, over 31 million viewers have discovered TV's #1 new drama, The Unit. Catch a new episode Tuesday on CBS after NCIS.
And Gus, we were guessing as to what kind of game this might be if UCLA made their free throws. Well, they're making them here in the second, but then they've created that distance again, a 9-point lead now.
Still an eternity left, 8:38. And another turnover by the Tigers.
I can tell you one word that's plaguing the Tigers right now. Pressure. They're starting to feel it. Uncharacteristic and unforced types of errors such as that one where there's poor.
Timeout on the floor called by the Bruins. 8:27 to go. Back after this.
Nothing is more powerful than the truth, and the truth is more Americans choose Chevy than any other brand.
See why during the Chevy NCAA March Madness event. Chevy Impala has more standard horsepower and better V6 fuel economy than Camry. Get a 2006 Chevy with an MSRP starting at $20,990. Or get it for less during the Chevy NCAA March Madness event. See your local Chevy dealer.
From buying a home is more than the number of bedrooms and bathrooms.
Can't imagine making a purchase like that without having someone you can trust.
Somebody with integrity protecting you.
Ethics are crucial.
Honesty and dependability.
I can't call myself a realtor unless I complete ethics training.
Realtors adhere to a strict code of ethics, so you know. Ask if your agent is a realtor, a member of the National Association of Realtors.
They live and work by a code of ethics, and that was really important to me.
Plus, their guard play is so much stronger. They can basically go 9 people deep and not lose anything.
Yeah, and the other guys are like starting maybe 6-man?
Right.
Maybe 6-man.
Right. Rejected! Don't you bring that weak tot action. You go strong to your mouth or you don't go at all.
Game day food. Nothing goes better with...
Let's see what all the buzz is about on How I Met Your Mother, followed by 48 Hours Mystery, where a top investigator in the Natalie Holloway case believes the Alabama teenager who disappeared in Aruba was not murdered. Tonight on CBS, America's #1 network. John Calipari's team struggling. UCLA with a 40-31 lead, 8:27 to play. In the second half, the winner of this game advances to Indianapolis to take on LSU at the Final Four. Now Memphis gets into a 2-3 zone.
And this is not the defensive choice for John Calipari, but with the foul trouble, he's got to be able to protect some people. Right now, Sean Williams, Joey Dorsey, got to make sure they don't pick up the cheap ones.
6 to shoot. Collison. Baseline. Umba Amute can't handle, and it goes out of bounds. 12 turnovers on UCLA. So John Calipari said with these stars, Washington, Williams, and Carney to step up. He may be thinking that he needs someone else now.
Well, he's got no choice. Only Darius Washington with 9 points has really given him the offense. Sean Williams not really that effective. And no one else out there has picked up the challenge.
Andre Allen will be going to the line right after this.
Can't wait to see some basketball in Indy.
All right, Peyton. Well, you and the winner of this game will take on the Bayou Bengals, Big Baby. And I tell you, Peyton wouldn't mind the Big Baby playing offense, defense, running back, linebacker. I think Mr. Davis can play a little bit of anything.
Well, he's clearly one of the more talented athletes left in the field. And with that size, those quick feet, again, today, tremendous offensive presence. Some tough shots that he made down the stretch.
Here's that free throw shooter. As he misses the first, Memphis from the line, 7 of 12. UCLA 14 of 31.
And we talk so much about UCLA's missed free throws. Even though Memphis is shooting a reasonable percentage, how important are these? When you can't put the ball in the basket, you gotta hit the free ones.
Second free throw good. Still only an 8-point game. Bozeman brings it up the floor, guarded by Washington. UCLA 2 for 12 in the second half, 5 turnovers.
And again, we talked about the importance of Bozeman and his point guard experience, taking the pressure off of Farmar, allowing him a little rest.
Washington with the steal. Darius Washington driving, and he banks it home. Who will step up for Memphis?
Well, right now it is Darius Washington Jr. It's his 11th point. 3 of 8 shooting. He's been to the line. 5 seems to be the only one that has some confidence on the offensive end. As we mentioned, a team that makes 8 3-pointers per game. Memphis 0 of 10. And in the second half, they have not taken a 3-point shot.
Farmar with 2 points. He's 0 for 6 from the field. Trying to shake up Allen. Steps back, picks it up, dips in, off the heel. Dorsey with the rebound. Memphis.
And not a good possession by UCLA. Too much handle by Farmar. Got to move the ball, get other people involved. Memphis is in foul trouble. Make them play defense.
Now Allen and the Tigers looking for a good shot. Dorsey to the basket.
It's unbelievable that Joey Dorsey's not even close on those drives. You know, I wonder if it's just too much weightlifting. He doesn't seem fluid out there going to the basket.
Aflalo turnaround jump shot in the paint, another rebound. Tigers have to keep it in his hands. Spinning in traffic, and he turns it over. Farmar. He's got Aflalo. Farmar inside. And a whistle. This one going against the Bruins as they step on the baseline out of bounds.
And how about the hustle of Memphis getting back, even in the turnover situation? Broken floor, white shirts busted to get back and create that turnover.
So Rodney Carney comes back in the game with 5:57 to play. He has 4 fouls.
Game right now. From the beginning, you had the feeling UCLA was in control, but UCLA has a little experience in that. Gonzaga in control of their game on Thursday night, and suddenly UCLA is on top.
And a loose ball rebounded by Bozeman. So Farmar walks it into the front court. Umba, Amute, Bozeman, Hollins, and Aflalo.
They learned something from the Thursday night experience. They were the hunters on Thursday night. And today they're the hunted by Memphis. See if they can hold on.
7 to shoot for Bozeman. Crossover dribble down the lane, blocked by Carney. And out of bounds, last touch by the Bruins. What a dangerous defensive play for Rodney Carney. He blocked that shot with 4 fouls against him. And there's a timeout on the floor. 5:40-34 Bruins. Tonight on CBS, it's How I Met Your Mother, followed by 48 Hours Mystery, where a top investigator in the Natalie Holloway case believes the Alabama teenager who disappeared in Aruba was not murdered. Tonight on CBS, America's #1 network. 5:08 to play. 40-34. UCLA trying to advance to the Final Four. But 95 when they won it all. Memphis trying to advance to the Final Four for the first time since 1985 when they lost to Villanova in the semis. Darius Washington brings it in the front court.
And Ben Howland imploring the fans to get involved here. A large UCLA contingent.
Williams picks up his dribble inside Dorsey, and he finally dunks the ball.
Finally. If you got that muscle, you got to put it to use.
40, UCLA losing to this Memphis team by 8 earlier in the year. Now Hollins. Washington really digging into Farmar now. Eight to shoot. Farmar on the baseline. Cut off. Bounce pass. Hollins bangs it down.
Far too much time to cover and roll, and Memphis blows it.
4:11 to play, second half. 42-36 UCLA. UCLA up 42-36. The game reset. Bruins have 2 timeouts. Tigers with 3. Both teams over the limit. UCLA shooting 2. Memphis shooting 1 and 1. Hollins has emerged as a star in this tournament for the UCLA Bruins. He's a 7-footer. But here come the Tigers. Washington, Williams, Carney. Washington losing it out of bounds. Last touch by Bozeman.
Again, against the 6'6" Bozeman, Darius Washington can't take him too lightly as a defender. Bozeman, as I mentioned, former point guard, accustomed to playing defense at the point of the ball.
And he's long, 6'6". Washington is 6'2". Carney pops.
Here's where the star has to be a star right now. Rodney Carney has got to give it a better and longer look.
Aflalo has done an excellent job on Carney. Williams across the lane. Nobody's fouled. 3:43 to go. 42-36. Tigers at the line after this. take a look at the game summary.
Well, again, you look at Memphis, 0 of 11 from beyond the arc. They rely on three-pointers for scoring. Free throws, UCLA 14 of 31, even though they're 8 of 12 here in the second half. First half horrendous. That may come back to bite them. But what's more important on the mind of John Calipari is how can I get my stars to play like stars? Darius Washington Jr. doing a pretty decent job at 11 points. But Rodney Carney in foul, 2 total points, 1 of 10 from the field.
Sean Williams at the line. That first free throw rimming off. Hollins picked up the foul for UCLA. He has 4 now. Williams gets the second. 3:43 remaining, 42-37.
Hollins still in the game, though. Ben Howland electing to keep him in. And if I'm UCLA, net penalty, the double bonus penalty, they haven't been able to guard that high screen and roll. You take some time off the clock, and then you try to execute. Go to the basket, look for a good shot or force Memphis to foul, because you can get 2 shots on the free throw line. There's the high screen right there.
Farmar off the dribble. Baseline jump shot, got it. Farmar with 4 points. 3 rebounds.
Got to answer.
Washington crosses over on the hop, flipped it.
Oh, man.
And it goes down.
1 star for Memphis is shining today.
44-39. And I tell you, Lenny, you blink, you think you're watching Pittsburgh play a few years ago. Where's Carl Krauser when you need him? Aflalo gets it back to Farmar. He's been so patient, although he's 1 of 8. Sets up that pick and roll. Ball knocked away by Dorsey. Stolen by Dorsey, but he can't hold on. Farmar, 2 to shoot for 3. No. And it's a shot clock violation.
Tremendous defensive effort by Joey Dorsey. He's made a lot of mistakes today, but there are times when he's made some pretty big plays, and that one, particularly out on the floor, huge to get Memphis the possession.
So the Memphis and their feet. Washington looking inside for Sean Williams. Feeds the low post. Williams, Carney, and a timeout. Timeout on the floor, 2:01 to play in the second half. 44-39 Bruins. All right, the game reset. Bruins with a 44-39 lead. Each team with 2 timeouts left. UCLA shooting 2, Memphis 1 and 1. The possession, UCLA.
And John Calipari kind of relaxed there for a guy that's down 5 with 2:01 left in the game.
Antonio Anderson back in along with Washington, Joey Dorsey, Williams, and Carney. Here's Washington off the dribble. Williams thought about a 3. Dorsey, power move, and he traveled. 16 turnovers for the Memphis Tigers, but they do set up the press.
And we've seen that happen with a lot of the Memphis big men down low, receiving in point-blank range and traveling. That means an awful lot of practice on footwork coming up for next season.
And Bozeman calls a timeout. 1:46 to go. 44-39. Tonight on CBS, How I Met Your Mother, and then a special history. 1:46 to play in the second half. UCLA with a 44-39 lead over the Memphis Tigers. A 1 versus a 2 as you take a look at the reset. Bruins with the timeout left. Memphis with 2. The winner of this game advances to Indianapolis and the Final Four, where the LSU Tigers wait. So Memphis, full court pressure now. Umba Amute will inbound it on the big
pressure designed to try to create a turnover opportunity.
Wow. And UCLA uses its final timeout. Ben Howland says, good job. Back to Oakland after this. Bruins are 1:46 away from the Final Four. They have no timeouts remaining. Memphis with 2. Neither team can give away a foul. The freshman, Luke Richard Umba-Amute, will inbound it on the baseline. He's guarded by another freshman.
UCLA in a similar position against Gonzaga on Thursday, except they were ahead.
And they throw it away. Hollins can't track it down. And Bozeman, the senior, with an ill-advised pass. 1:41 to go. So here comes Darius Washington.
As I said, UCLA with no timeouts. They're ahead in this one. They were behind against Gonzaga with no timeouts.
Carney for three. Is it down? Farmar into the front court. Aflalo, Hollins, Umba-Amute, and Bozeman.
And all you have to do is play solid defense. If UCLA gets his shot off, it's got to be 1 and out if you're Memphis.
UCLA shooting 2 on a foul. Farmar, back door. Washington knocks it away. Picked up by Williams in the front court. Knocked up. Kid's been spectacular. Now Bozeman, under a minute to go. And a foul. Ryan Hollins, the senior.
Well, it's all about presence of mind as you're running down the floor. Not a good decision to throw the ball cross court because you never cleared the traffic. UCLA trying to get back defensively, but Hollins, Johnny on the spot.
52.1 to go. Bruins with the lead, heading to the line. 52.1 to go. Memphis, the #1 seed, coming into this game winning 22 of 23, 7 straight. UCLA has them on the ropes. LSU awaits the winner, and that kid there, senior Ryan Hollins, has had the game of his life. 14 points, 9 rebounds, 6 of 7 from the field. He struggled at the line, 2 of 11. Now another senior goes to the line. Cedric Bozeman shooting 2.
Second half, a far cry from the first half when UCLA shot 6 of 17 from the free throw line.
And he gets a pair. 46-39. Do or die for the Memphis Tigers. Williams for 3. Off the heel. Rebounded Aflalo, who's fouled. Tonight's Chevrolet players of the game, Ryan Hollins and Darius Washington Jr. Big Red.
Think Bill's having flashbacks?
I think he is. Aflalo.
It's a huge nail right here.
And he missed it. 47-39. Washington has to hurry. And a foul. Joey Dorsey called for a foul. And he is gone. Joey Dorsey setting a screen, moving. Fouls out of this game. Dorsey, 2.6 rebounds.
So again, 30% from the field. They're a 45% field goal shooting team on the year. But more importantly, and more blatantly, is the fact that they're 0 of 13 from beyond the arc. And that's been the number that should give John Calipari nightmares between now and next October 15th.
So Bozeman inbounds it to Aflalo. And Aflalo dribbling corner. But let's go back. UCLA against Gonzaga, down 17 in the first half, 13 at halftime. Ben Howland, he knows that he has mostly freshmen and sophomores, he was positive and encouraging to his team. As Aflalo hits the first, they managed to come back in the game and defeat Adam Morrison. And now UCLA has a 10-point lead. How about this? Washington takes the three. Sean Williams, a three. Finally, the first three-point shot made by Memphis today.
Plus, their guard play is they can basically go 9 people deep and not lose anything.
Yeah, the other guys are like starting maybe 6-man?
Right.
Maybe
if
6-man.
Right. Rejected! Don't you bring that weak tot action. You go strong to your mouth or you don't go at all.
Game day food. Nothing goes better with basketball than Sonic's chili cheese tots. Great for pre-game, post-game, pre-post-game, and post-post-game game. It's not just good, it's Sonic good.
Don't forget, coming up tonight on CBS, How I Met Your Mother and 48 Hours Mystery. 13.8 seconds remaining. 42, UCLA a 2, leading Memphis a 1. The winner to move on to Indianapolis to take on the LSU Tigers. Umba Amute inbounding it on the baseline to Bozeman, and he's quickly fouled with 12.5 to go. Bozeman, a 76% free throw shooter on the season. So Bozeman, who's battled numerous injuries during his career at UCLA, shoulder problems, and he banks in a free throw.
That's a look of frustration right there. Resignation. Young team, inexperienced, made mistakes during this game. John Calipari's just got to recognize it's just not the way Rodney Carney wanted to go out, but his team gave the effort.
Williams a three, no. Batted out. Carney a three, got it with 0.8 of a second to go. But it's academic now. Bozeman, inbound pass. The magic continues for UCLA. Memphis and head to the Final Four.
You're changed, man.
How's that?
You got off that train back there, you did 2 things you never done before. At least not at the same time. You shook my hand. And then you looked me square in the eye. Where'd that come from?
Well, there was the entire backyard to crabgrass, and I vowed that would never happen again. The following year, I did use Turf Builder plus Halts. It not only got rid of the crabgrass, but it also greened up the lawn and thickened it. I used the cheaper brands, but I didn't have the color that I wanted, and I did have the weeds. Look how thick it is. Look at the color of it. There are no weeds. I take the credit instead of Scott's. I call it Luby Lawn. I'm very proud of the results that I get from Scott's. And there will be no crabgrass.
Degree for men. 3 times the protection for men who take risks.
Welcome back to our studios. The road to the Final Four powered by Pontiac. So UCLA played less poorly than Memphis did. Here's tomorrow's lineup for you. 2 Eastern time. Clark, Seth, and I will travel the road to the Final Four powered by Pontiac as we set the stage for our regional finals doubleheader. And at 2:30 Eastern, surprising, George Mason will battle UConn. That'll be followed at 5 Eastern by Florida and Villanova out in Minneapolis. The 2 winners there earn tickets to the Final Four. Tonight here on CBS, it's How I Met Your Mother. 48 Hours Mystery. It's all ahead here on CBS, America's most watched network. For Clark, for Seth, for all of us here at CBS Sports, Greg Gumbel, thank you for watching. We'll see you tomorrow.